up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video where today we have a Hundo level 50 Fuecoco in the Open Great League. A very cool submission. We've got the family texting because they are so excited to see Fuecoco in action from this trainer. Shadow Venusaur, Shadow Steelix, and Medicham. Maybe he swaps in the Venusaur later. Pretty sure Shadow Venusaur was part of the team as a Dazzling Gleam. Lands on Fuecoco here, but he doesn't care. Boom! Knocks out the Ninetales with that flamethrower. Gets to a crunch as well. In the 1200 CP range is Fuecoco. 1274 as Shadow Steelix is going to put up a Protect Shield here against the Sableye and get these Breaking Swipe debuffs off. Yeah, man, Fuecoco, pure Fire type. There aren't like a whole lot of Mono type Pokemon these days. As I say that, Deoxys Defense Form, pure Psychic type. It feels like there's very few Mono type Pokemon in the Go Battle League compared to Dual type Pokemon. But Fuecoco is going to try and earn his keep as one of the cute new starters introduced to Pokemon Go. We already did Skeledirge, and what do you know? We've got a Fuecoco video. Ice Punch coming through from this shiny Medicham. Both counter users going to simultaneously KO, and Steelix still with a shield to hide behind. Going to be able to Breaking Swipe here and close this one out. Let me peek ahead. Are we going to see the Venusaur later? Yeah, I saw the Venusaur later. Editor Chris gets to keep his job. And we're on to the next battle. Corey is the next opponent. Okay, it looks like it looks like this trainer just kind of flopped teams around a lot, so maybe that's why he put Venusaur as the only one in the team submission. But we see a Breaking Swipe to debuff. Oh, Dynamic Punch is going to land, and in comes Diggersby with Mud Shot. Now, Lantern's going to be able to fight back with Surfs here. Surfs up, dude, as we like to say. But Mr. Diggersby, he's a sly dog, man. And he's going to throw these Scorching Sands. Gets the attack fell. There's been like one instance so far where I have not gotten debuffed from Scorching Sands. What's the percentage on that? Is that like a 50%? I forget. If it's 30%, bro, something's up. Because it's like 90% for me. Dragon Tail slowly chunking away at Diggersby. Gonna have to shield up the Scorching Sand. So Diggersby putting in a whole lot of work against this team. This lineup is triple weak to ground. Maybe that's why he discovered he needs the Venusaur to go in there at some point for some more ground coverage. Steelix will get off another Breaking Swipe here, so puts the opponent in an awkward spot. Do you shield the Medicham? You do. Swap in Fuecoco. And it's a Steelix in back now. Unless this somehow like lands through the shield, I just don't see how you win this game. Flamethrower does land, okay. But Steelix probably reaches... Oh, wait a sec. The Steelix should definitely reach Earthquake here. But can you farm down and Breaking Swipe? Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gets the perfect farm down. If Medi doesn't have a move, you win. That is absolutely insane. That looked like you were in a terrible spot. All the opponent could have done maybe was like not throw immediately and try and give you less farm. Terrible matchup here for Steelix as you're going to double resist these Dragon Tails. But staying in. Gets Ice Beamed. Yeah, ABA weak to the Azu, so I guess you just have to soft lose this. And then let your Steelix go down, come in with Lantern. I would have liked to see him maybe do a few more to try and build up to that Earthquake, just to threaten the Azu. Maybe Azu gets scared, dumps energy. Opponent wisely swaps out to not just get farmed by Lantern, but that being said, if they don't have another answer for that Lantern, this could be a rough misplay on their part. Fuecoco going for the crunch. Fuecoco looking very cute and cuddly. Gets a shield. Has the back-to-back crunch. Now, if Trev shields... Oh, it doesn't shield. Azu comes in. And let's see what's in back. You would think they have at least something neutral against the Lantern Crunch. Getting off here. Probably can just hard swap Lantern. And it's Sableye. Even shield. This is... I don't know who wins this matchup. Do you just go straight Thunderbolt here? Goes for the Surf. Feels like triple Surf is the play as opposed to like double Thunderbolt. Oh, gets the shield actually. Now you go for the Thunderbolt. Gonna obviously have to shield up. But Sableye's only gonna get to one move here. And I think Lantern has this in the bag. A terrific example. Oh, I spoke too soon. As you gets to move. Is it just an Ice Beam though? It's a play rough. That's gonna knock out for sure. Made it that close though. Made it that close with like one of the worst possible leads. Steelix into Venu. The team has still yet to resemble the team in the graphic. Would have liked to see him go for proper timing here, because if you go for proper timing, you get an entire free Dragon Tail there. Breaking Swipe gets shielded. In comes Frostlass, and this is not where Frostlass wants to be. Because Fuecoco is a pure fire type, though, that Shadow Ball is still going to be devastating. Would hit for heavy neutral damage, so gonna go up to double crunch here. Loses CMP, so have a bit of a misplay. Oh, God. Okay. Has the double crunch, though, so if they shield, you just back-to-back. They don't shield. You just got a blind throw here. Nice recognition that you had the flamethrower for this Venusaur. Flame thrower. Gets shielded. Gets off the Breaking Swipe first. That's massive. That's massive. Venu lives. But Steelix should live this because of the debuff. And it's Carbinkin back. This is not super comfortable for Lantern, because I believe Carbink does live 2 Surfs. So Carbink's going to get to like Moonblast plus Rock Slide. And I think Carbink might actually... Am I crazy? But I think Carbink can actually win the Zero Shield here. Surf's up, dude. Unless Lantern gets to a 3rd Surf first. It does on CMP. Wow. Yeah, if we do the quick maths in our head, as Lantern sparks down the Venusaur, it's 6, 6, 6, 5. So 6, 6, 6, 12, 24, 36 for the... Finally, Venusaur enters the field. Our graphics correct. Gets the sneak here, and you don't really need to shield. Okay, gonna shield. But it was definitely not enough energy for Earthquake, right? So really no reason to shield. I guess he could have been afraid Night Slash could have been fatal, but pretty sure Steelix would live a Night Slash from that range. I was thinking about the Lantern Carbink timing. So 12, 24, 36 turns for 3 Surfs. Moonblast is 60 energy, correct? So it takes 20 turns to get there. Or wait. Rock Throw, 5 energy. So it takes 12 Rock Throw. So it takes 24 turns to get there. And then to Rock Slide would be another 9 Rock Throws for 45 energy, so 18. So 24 plus 18, 42. So Lantern does actually get to 3 Surfs well before Carbink gets to Moonblast and Rock Slide. It came down to a CMP just because the swap was a little slow. And you guys are probably annoyed by the math I've been doing here without any sort of visual to go along with it. Maybe one day we'll hire a real editor. And we won't just have editor Chris. And I could illustrate that or something. That'd be funny. But Shadow Venu looking mean as ever. And gonna knock out our friend Greedent. You know, we're big Greedent fans here on the channel. I've actually got a team with Greedent coming out soon. Amazing lead for Venu. In comes Umbreon. I don't love the decision here of going in Steelix unless I'm wrong and Steelix just like super comfortably can win the zeros here. If Steelix just super comfortably wins the zeros, this makes perfect sense. This is the right play, but like Umbreon's going to get off of several foul plays. So I'm afraid you're going to have to go down a shield. What this person could have done potentially would have been Frenzy Plant right away, then go Steelix. But let's see how this plays out. Another Breaking Swipe. And yeah, looks like should win the zero shield scenario quite comfortably, even though Umbreon had like a 2 snarl head start. Trainer knows their Steelix Umbreon matchup. I do not. Breaking Swipe coming through. You're going to debuff Lantern. Lantern's going to go for a big spark down here, and they're probably just going to blind swap. Ooh, this is scary. This is scary. This is definitely a flame charge, but like, can you afford to take it? Feels like he can. Yeah, it looks like you still get to 3 crunches here, so I think you're okay. Oh, they actually take the first? Wow. I feel like you kind of have to shield everything at this point if you're the Talon. Same goes for Mr. Fuecoco. Crunch, grabs the shield. Oh, man. This is kind of brutal. You kind of have to shield, right? Oh, you don't shield? What? That seems like too much health to Vine Whip down. Oh, they threw energy. They threw energy. Can he Vine Whip down in 2? Oh, what are they doing? Oh, that's what they're doing. Never mind. I'm tripping. I'm the one that's tripping. These trainers are too high level for me. And Place Your Wagers, who we never shouted out his name, by the way. Shout out to Place Your Wagers for the cool submission. Now he gets a great lead against the Azumarill. Yeah, that 2-shield Talonflame back. I mean, this team is quite soft to fire, right? You don't really have a fire answer. You only have your neutral Fuecoco. So 2-shield Talonflame back. Sometimes your team's going to be weak to something. You just got to take the chance that you don't see it. And the opponent right there was taking their chances. They don't see Venusaur, and they just top lefted. Tough lead against Mantine here. Goes for the catch on Steelix. I love it. Very nice catch on the Aerial Ace. In comes Swampert. This is not good, obviously, but Venu can get a monster Vine Whip down. Oh, you live as well. Venu can get a Vine Whip down. Yeah, I like the undercharge here. Because now Venu's going to come out with like double Frenzy Plant. Not quite double, but well over 1 Frenzy Plant for the Mantine. Actually lets it go. This is kind of risky. Because like if the Mantine shields here, you just kind of lose, right? Like if they double shield, you just lose. But Mantine will probably like shield 1, take 1. Oh, they catch on Reggie. And this is going to be perfect. Because you could even bank a Frenzy if you want. Or just go in straight. I mean, I think either's fine. It wasn't like this is necessarily a wrong play. But you could have like banked a Frenzy and then gone as well. And Fuecoco is going to come out of this with lots of energy for that Mantine. Crunch doesn't quite KO, which is even better because you get an extra Incinerate worth of farm. And these Crunches are going to start spamming away. Oh, they shield the first. So I'm not sure why that is. They probably were just afraid of what move this could possibly have. Because if they didn't shield the first, 2 Crunches might have not been lethal. But now, as Fuecoco calls it, gets off another Crunch. Look how low the Mantine is, and that's going to be a good game. Gianfranco is the next opponent. Venu into Medi. Favorable for Venu, but Medi can make this uncomfortable, right? Because the Ice Punch is threatening. Venu's going to outpace in a way. So it's 6-6 for the first 2 for both of these fellas. But Venu gets to the 3rd move in 5, whereas Venu is still 6. So Venu's always going to win the 2-shield scenario. And now if you're in the place of Place Your Wagers, oh, okay, they just let it go. I like the pivot here quite a bit, especially since you got rid of Medi. It's unlikely there's going to be a harder check to the Steelix than the Medi. In comes Jelly, and this is perfect, actually, because now your Fuecoco avoids this Jellicent and has a neutral matchup. with the Noctowl in back. And you could potentially even get out of here if they... Oh, no, okay. Does Steelix live the Surf because of the debuff? Doesn't. But Venu's still so healthy. You come in here with Venu. This is just Surf, right? Venu can farm down now. Perhaps a bit of a misplay there from the opponent because Surf wasn't really doing you much there. Probably were better off committing to Shadow Ball to force Venu to expend energy. Opponent also falls for the CMP. Unfortunate for them. And now Mr. Fuecoco up a shield. I think we'll be able to take down this Noctowl. Fuecoco gets off the flamethrower. Bang. Knocks out the Noctowl. When I was at Worlds in Japan, they had the special Worlds edition Fuecoco, as well as Spidigarito and Quaxley. This looks pretty RPS so far. And as someone that played the main series through like Gen 4/Gen 5-ish, everything past then, I've kind of learned through Pokemon Go. It was cool to see like how popular these 3 starters seem to be. As Azu lanes the Hydro Pump. This looks really bad. The only win con I could see at this point is if the opponent is like soft to the Hydro Pump. Wow. Makes the call that they don't have Ice Beam. Wow. Now you have Double Frenzy though, so you can get a shield advantage here. Notice hard swap saves one. Gonna have to respect the drill run here. I mean, it's not that uncommon for people to be double weak to fire. And Cress isn't necessarily weak to fire in terms of like super effectiveness, but it is weak to fire in that generally with Grass Knot, Moonblast, both of its charge moves are resisted by fire types. Moonblast, not doing that much. Super effective Crunch coming through. Really dominant matchup here for Fuecoco. Another Crunch coming through. Keep in mind, Venusaur still has that Frenzy Plant loaded. So Venu can actually come in here, force his Crest to throw, and now you simply just let it go. Excuse me. And save a shield and incinerate down. Beautiful. Really nice read there also by this trainer of... solid read of not throwing the Frenzy Plant at Cress. Even though they probably win anyway by incinerating down. If you throw the Frenzy, you give the potential chance of Sandslash like farming down, getting energy, and then getting off 2 moves. So I like the decision there. A nice showcase from Place Your Wagers of how well Steelix seems to handle Umbreon straight Breaking Swipe. It's good to know if you're running Shadow Steelix, they swap Umbreon, you can seem to swap it, at least how these have been playing out, and win the Zero Shield quite comfortably. Let's see if it plays out any different if Umbreon... Oh, Umbreon does reach one, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe the previous opponent like had a move and just decided not to throw it for whatever reason. Breaking Swipe connects. Gonna get off a Breaking Swipe here, which is kind of nice because at least if they have Ice Beam, it won't do quite as much to the Venu now. Oh, this looks kind of scary to be honest. If Azu has Ice Beam, I feel like the opponent just wins, but let's see how this plays out. They're shielding up their Sabe. And just going to put it all on Venu. I like this, actually. I like this. Oh, wow. Actually gets to another. The opponent can't shield. Yeah, they can't shield because Venu has a move. Wins the CMP. They let Sableye go, but Sableye had so much energy. Sableye had so much energy. If this Azu had Ice Beam, I'll be a little bit disappointed in the opponent because I think they would have won. If Azu's at max energy, it will outpace, but if it's not at max energy... Oh, let's go. Sorry. Sorry if I seemed like I was rooting against there, but I felt like the Sableye had so much energy, it simply could have just thrown, you let it go, you Ice Beam, but maybe I was missing something there. Venu into Galv. Despite Galv resisting the grass moves, this is actually a pretty favorable matchup, I would say, for Venu. Makes a nice catch onto the Steelix. But now you're debuffed against this Greedent. But Greedent's not like a great answer to Steelix. Even though you have super effective Mud Shots, the opponent's also letting in a free Dragon Tail. So this is where you start to see where your move timing can be really important. Because let's see if they do it again. If the opponent crunches right away again, lets in another free Dragon Tail, you're giving essentially, they did it again. So they just gave 6 free turns of damage and energy to the Steelix. And because of that, Steelix, this is just a body slam, which you might live, double debuffed. Oh, okay, you don't live it. So opponent got a little bit fortunate there. Gonna get a big Vine Whip down. Big Vine Whip down. In comes Toxapex. Interesting. The Toxic Pest. Toxapex. Another Frenzy Plant. Draws both shields. Wow. And this is really good. You actually get this off as well. And now you can let Venu go and close with your Fuecoco, I believe. Yep, that's what it's going to be. 2 shield. Fuecoco closer. And poor little Galvantula. Nothing he can really do at this point. Gonna shield to be safe. Gets lunge baited, that's fine. And yeah, just gonna throw the crunch for good measure. Nice overfarm as well, because you need this energy to get rid of the Toxapex. You're gonna need 2 crunches here. Oh man. This is actually a little bit scary because that lunge, 2 crunches isn't even enough, but should be able to clearly incinerate down before 2 brines, at least I think. Unless the Tox has more energy than I remember. Oh my god, dude. That's crazy how much damage the Toxapex was able to withstand there. And there you see the bit of a struggle of running an underleveled Pokemon like Fuecoco. What it has in cuteness, it lacks in dexterity. We've seen this before. Frostlass definitely able to threaten a bit here. Nice timing, throwing after 1 Incinerate. Fuecoco draws a shield. Gonna shield this. Should be able to Incinerate down before Frost would get to a 3rd move. So Frost is just gonna take the shield advantage. Oh my gosh. Are they gonna let this go? Flamethrower, boom! Big time damage. In comes Charizard, and uh-oh. This is actually not good. This is not good. Sometimes it seems like you're in a great position, and then there's a Shadow Charizard up a shield in the back. And this looks pretty rough, to be honest. Comes in with Venu. Okay, draws the last shield, so Charizard does have to overfarm here properly to win this game. Okay. If Charizard throws the Claw, did that Fuecoco have energy? It's 1 away. This is probably just a Claw, right? No, it is the Blast Burn, and that's going to knock out. Yep, I've been there, done that. I've been on the... Sometimes it's fun when you're the Charizard in that situation. I've been on the opposite side of the Charizard. Charizard is crazy, bro. Banks the Frenzy Plant. Comes in with Steelix. And once again, Steelix versus Umbreon. The most entertaining matchup of the century. Editor Chris is zooming us forward. And maybe lives this after all the debuffs that we presume happened. Oh, wow. So we see Umbreon flip switch there. And going to get off the Frenzy Plant, which will draw the shield from Gligar. Gets off another Frenzy here on Charge Move priority with what's likely an Aerial Ace. Will we see a shield come up? We will. And you're on your 5 cycle here. So you actually get it off on CMP again. After Gligar, like, do you even bother shielding? No, you let it go. And Fuecoco is going to incinerate. figuratively and literally. The Charm A9 with its super effective fire damage. Very fun submission from Place Your Wagers. Thank you, dude, for the Fuecoco. Hundo Fuecoco level 50. And fire is really good in the meta. Like, there's not a whole lot of fire types, so a lot of people disrespect it. A lot of people run weak to fire. So it doesn't surprise me that Fuecoco, even being under-leveled, able to put in some work from time to time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.